Hey guys, how's it going? I wanted to share my opinion on the BHQ exclusive Kizer feist. This is a Justin Lundquist design and comes in M390 blade material and these weirdly extremely smooth G10 handles, jade G10 handles. I say weirdly because they're ridiculously smooth. I was kind of hoping that there was a little bit of texture like in a lot of other G10 handles, but understanding what this knife is and what it was really meant for, this is like office carry. This is simple, not crazy tactical, not super scary looking. This is just knife. This is just, letter opener, small package opener. That's all this really is. It's a front flipper opening mechanism. Nothing else. But it works pretty well. There are ball bearings in the pivot, which allows for it to open and close relatively smoothly. It's not super drop shutty, but I think it just needs to be cleaned out a little bit better. And it's also a really small, lightweight blade, so it's not gonna come down too fast. It does have a milled titanium pocket clip that's super simple. You don't feel it when you're holding the knife and using it. It has this one little, just tiny little barrel spacer. It's polished. It's nice and simple. This whole knife is just simplistic perfection. That's what I would call this knife. It's just knife. That's all it is. Has inset liners, steel liners. They're polished and they do have some weight relief in there. Again, a lot of the knives that have weight relief, it's so tiny and minuscule. I don't believe it would actually make much of a difference. It's just more time in manufacturing. But hey, whatever. I'm not a knife manufacturer. I'm not a knife designer. It'd be cool to be one day, but not today. Super simple and clean. Just one little screw down here, and then the pivot up here. Does have some jimping in the back because that is the jimping from the top flipper. So when it is opened, just goes straight to the back. There is some jimping right here in the front. It's a little blocky, a little sharp, but it's kind of what jimping is supposed to be. So I suppose that you are able to get a decent little purchase on this knife. I do wear a large size glove, and it is still a full 4-finger, full hand knife. It's not super thin behind the edge. It is a little thick, but yeah, you're not going to be splitting atoms with this thing. You don't need to be. It is a crowned spine all the way out to the tip. Pretty nice little delicate tip. Of course, you don't want to be prying with your knives ever. That's why you buy pry bars, not knives. And it's great. It's a cool little knife. Only downside, well, I guess two downsides would be, I wish the G10 was actually slightly textured. That's really just a preference thing, but I really do believe that it would make this a little bit better, honestly. And also, you don't really get too much sharpenings out of this before it starts to, go back on down over here. But that's just what happens when you sharpen most knives. So it's at a certain point kind of unavoidable. It's going to happen to most of them anyway. But this knife isn't even a year old. I don't use it that often. In fact, I sold this knife and the customer didn't like it because of how much material I've removed from the couple times that I did sharpen it. He made a big stink about it, sent it back. He got his refund. I got my knife back, same condition. Nothing crazy happened, but I got it back, and you know, I would like to do some custom work with this. Anodize the clip, dye the scales, black wash the hardware liners and the blade, and I think it'd be something pretty cool looking. So just make it unique and more personalized. It does have a nice little area to get at the liner. This liner does have a little bit of texturing, but it's not sharp enough to really chew up your finger. It's just enough to get a little bit of purchase on the skin of your thumb to actually disengage the liner lock. So it works pretty well. But yeah, this is just knife, office carry, letter opener. That's really what this thing is. This one, if I didn't say before already, it's a BHQ exclusive. It is $99, so 100 bucks. And then with taxes and shipping and all the other crap, it's probably like another like $10, $12. So yeah, there you guys go. That is the Kizer feist. It comes in a couple, that's a complete lie, not a couple. It comes in a crap ton of different options, and even full titanium that are frame locks. And those look pretty cool, but there are some YouTubers that have complained about, I think they were complaining about like fit and finish issues or something like that, so that's why I avoided it and got this one instead. I can't remember, but yeah, I would say it was worth it. Still worth it. I'm glad to have gotten it back. I sold it because at a time I needed a little bit of extra money, but things are better now. So now I actually have some time on my hands and funds to be able to play around and do some other stuff that makes me happy. So I guess that's all that really matters at the end of the day.